Welcome back to another episode of Legend of Motherfucking Comic Show. And we talking about a Brazilian model that's blasted the country's laws after being arrested for being topless. Now, Brazilian model Caroline Werner thinks officials in her country are a bunch of titties. She said they are a bunch of boobs because she got arrested with her titties dangling while walking her dogs. Just being free, walking her dogs. And by the way, she got a little ugly dog too. Look like a little ugly chihuahua. I don't know what it is. But they were strolling through Brazil's earlier this year, and the model/business owner took to the streets topless. The 37-year-old ended up getting taken into custody for this look. Now, she's reportedly facing up to a year of prison time for this topless walk. But she's reaching and calling the legal system in Brazil absurd. She said, for one, men everywhere are shirtless, but because I have titties, I'm forbidden to do the same? I'm not so sure that there's gender equality going on in my country. That's what she feels. She said she's been topless in other countries with no problems, but when she was approached by the cops and immediately detained, she said it was pretty alarming, and she claimed they didn't even give her a phone call once they took her to the station. Now, let me show you something. In other countries, I think it's Spain, if I'm not mistaken, you can be naked. Yeah, you can be naked and they won't lock you up. Now, in Brazil, I guess they not having this shit. And what it is, a lot of times when you're a beautiful woman, you are allowed to get away with shit that you shouldn't get away with a lot. And when you get away with it so much, you tend to forget what you should do and what you can't do. Now, we all know that you cannot let women walk around with their titties hanging out. All these sick rapists and sick people out here, as soon as they see a titty hanging out or a coochie lip dangling and swangling, they get turned on. They will attack and assault women if we let that went on. So when you start to try to change the narrative of saying that women are not treated equally because you can't pull your titty out, you are moving into dangerous waters. And all the women that got sense in America are going to agree with me on this. Because it ain't about being free. It's about being safe. I don't know what it is, why it's been designed like that. But a man can have their shirt off because they can, 9 times out of 10, physically protect themselves. And it doesn't go farther than that. It's just different. A woman is vulnerable to an overpowering man or a sick rapist that wants to take her sexiness further, wants to take her freedom of being able to showcase her titties. That's why it always has been like that. She's trying to change the game like they trying to do in the LO, ABCDEFG community. Make people accept something or look at a certain situation because of her circumstance. And just because you got arrested for pulling your titties out, now you want to say that it's not equality. If all women start pulling their titties out in this sick world that we living in, the rape rate will go through the fucking roof. And we know that. So we got to protect and preserve our women as much as possible. So that's why you got to pull your titty out around your man or at a topless beach where it's allowed, where people are watching and looking out for sick people. That's all they trying to say. It wasn't that they was hating on her titties, because trust me, them cops was probably like, damn, I fucked the shit out of her. But they know at the same time, they still got to do their job. Because it's sick people out here that don't know how to control themselves when they see a sexy woman naked. That's just the fact of the matter. Now we're going to move it on over here to the entertainment industry because it's starting to get juicy with these celebrities. Now Bishop T.D. Jakes had an emotional response because people tried to tie him into P.Diddy. And the man said lies, lies, lies. Now this is my thing. Why would you even come and speak out on something that should be far from the truth? If somebody say a lie about you on the internet, that's just ridiculous. That's just preposterous. That just goes too far. You know it ain't true. You don't have to say a word. You just let them talk to themselves. So this is a red flag for me personally, for this man to come out and even speak on this shit. Now, Texas preacher gave an emotional sermon addressing scandalous Diddy related TikTok rumors about himself during his Christmas service Saturday. Yeah. And he been trending all week. He said, log off. He told the people to log off if you think this is true. The 66-year-old preacher began by saying some people came in solely to hear what he had to say about the buzz, and quickly made it clear he wouldn't. He knew that that's why a lot of people showed up. And guess what he said? All of you expect me to address a lie? You can log off. He continued, I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach the truth. I will stand straight up, head up, back straight, and preach the unadulterated, infallible word of God. Now, Jake's name has swirled to this internet rumor this week with social media claiming that the preacher attended sex parties hosted by Diddy and questioning his sexuality. Now, I'm going to say something about this here. I'm not going to hold this in. I have always thought in my mind that T.D. Jakes like both sexes. I think he like men and women. He shows a real strong feminine side, and he has a right to do that. But don't hide who you are when the fire and the flame come. Now, he already denied the claim through a PR rep who called the rumors unequivocally false and baseless. Now, this is my thing, right? Diddy got a bunch of multiple sexual assault lawsuits that's brewing right now, including the one he settled with the ex-Cassie. Remember that? He settled in 48 hours, the fastest settlement we've ever seen in the history of somebody that didn't commit a crime. Usually take months and even years. This nigga settled in 48 hours, so there's signs that he's guilty of something. Now, like I said, when one person go down and some so sick and deranged, a lot of people gonna go down. Now, this is what's gonna happen. A lot of people are going to end up getting exposed, or something is going to end up happening to Diddy. God forbid, I don't want it to. But if people want to cover up these allegations, and there's a lot of people involved with this shit, they got to close mouths. The only way you can close all mouths is take the head off. You got to cut the head off the snake. So look forward in the future to either seeing a bunch of names coming out or something mysteriously happening to Diddy so everybody else can't be exposed. That's usually how it always happens. It'd be a mysterious sickness or a death all out the blue because the truth about to come out. Boy, I tell you. Now, before we get to the end of the show, we got a story about people that were stranded at sea in a cruise ship. This could have been another Titanic. When I seen this story, I said, this could be another Titanic movie. But people survived this one. God came from somewhere and he wanted y'all to live. Because if you could see this video of how the ocean was about to swallow this ship, remember, people, out in the ocean, you like an ant in a house. Look how big a house is and you see a little tiny ant. You have no control and power out there when you out there in all that motherfucking water. That's just like that cruise ship that went down under the sea and exploded. God owns that water out there. He runs that. So when people keep going out here in all these waters and testing and playing with shit, you playing with fire. Now, don't get me wrong. Cruises are nice. I even thought about taking one. Now, I don't know now. With all the shit that's going on, I think I'll be all right. Stranded at sea, cruise ship passengers brace for impact after huge wave caused the ship to stall. Terrified passengers brace themselves for impact in a new video from the MS Mar, a cruise ship beset by fast winds and huge waves causing a power outage. It knocked the power out on the whole boat, right? So everybody had life jackets on, gripping tables. You seen people with the look in their eye like life is over. Can we get one last kiss? I bet there was some people on this ship like, let me fuck right, baby. Let's get one last nut. I don't care if it's but 5, 10 seconds. Just let me get it out. Because we might not never see Earth no more. We about to leave this planet. I know that I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be real. If I thought I was finna die in the next 10, 15 minutes and my woman is right there with me, I'm gonna say, baby, let's go out with a bang. Let's fuck the shit out of each other until we die. That's the best way to die. With the one that you care about and you love. If you gotta go out like that, that is the way I would want to go out. With something good to eat too. A good meal and a good thrill. Now one person yelled out to others, get on the ship floor, claiming that it was safer than sitting at the tables. Now if you could see this video, it was lifting the ship high in the air. And then it was just dropping down in the water. It was damn near about to be covered in water. Just thankful God was with these people and wanted them to survive. That's the only thing saved them out there. Now, they had 206 people on this motherfucking cruise ship. And they had to have Danish rescue ships to save them, which they came 40 minutes later. Now, due to the good technology that we had today, this is why these people were saved. They didn't have that technology back in the Titanic days. So if you got fucked up and stuck out there, you was just dead. But with the technology they got now, you can survive. That is the only thing that saved these people. Because if it would have been 2, 3 or 4 hour wait before they can get to them, they'd have been through. So sometimes when God wants you to stay here longer, he will make a way. But I think he also says, stop taking these crazy ass risks, people. Stop taking these crazy ass risks going somewhere that if it go bad, nobody can damn near save you. You just tuned into another motherfucking episode of Legend, the motherfucking comic show. And we back better than ever, baby. Rejuvenated. We getting ready for this new year. Celebrate, meditate, get your thoughts together, get your plans for your new grand that you're about to be making. Get your property structure together. You're about to rebuild your life listening to this show. It's going to be a motherfucker for 2024. We're going to be brightening people's minds. We're going to be uplifting your heart. We're going to be making you smile and stay for a while. Until the next time, until the next episode. Do something with yourself. Do something with your life. It just might be somebody one day, nigga.